there's a lot of people, including probably some of you, that are looking for jobs in the workplace. And if you look at the requirements of employers, one of the things they're looking for is usually at the top of their list is good communication skills. So regardless of the type of job that you're in, you need to communicate with others. You're communicating with your coworkers, your employers, your customers, particularly if you're in retail or sales, where you have to communicate with people. You want to be effective in your communication. Also, it might land you that promotion. If you're not able to communicate your ideas effectively, your employer might not advance you to the next level. But if you're good at speaking and communicating, then they're going to see you as a valuable employee, and you might get that job promotion. You might get that raise. And when you go on a job interview, employers are looking at your communication skills. You know, do you make eye contact with the employer during an interview? You know, what's your body language saying about you? Because we can communicate without talking. That's called nonverbal communication. Have you heard of that? It's the way we communicate with our body, you know, the way we stand. You know, if you're standing straight, it might communicate that you're confident. Whereas if you're slouched, you know, you might communicate the message that you're a little bit insecure. Also, we communicate with our hands. You know, when we're talking to our friends, we gesture naturally. You know, some of us over-exaggerate sometimes. But, you know, we communicate with our hands. We don't normally stand there like this, you know, as a robot when we're speaking to, you know, our friends or in class. So we have to learn to do that when we're in front of a camera, when we're speaking publicly as well. So there's a phrase that says, you cannot not communicate, because regardless whether you're saying something, you're communicating to me. I can look at you right now, and by the way you're sitting, by your eye contact, I can pretty much tell maybe who wants to be here, who doesn't want to be here, who's bored, who's tired. So I can tell a lot just by looking at you. So even though you think you might not be communicating, you are. We communicate all the time. So we not only need to be aware of the way we communicate verbally, but we need to be aware of the way we communicate non-verbally as well. It's kind of a package deal. So that's what we're going to learn about in this class. So communicating is really important to all areas of your life. I know